Las Vegas.
What's going on, y'all? I want to thank you if you're tuning in. I'm your host, Paco, and you're listening to Occupy the Media, bright and early here in sunny California. Today is, Thursday the 31st? Okay, so last hour we were talking about Mitt Romney expanding on military, wanting to expand the military even bigger and more than Obama already is. And we were talking about drones, played a couple of clips. You guys can check that out at Russia Today. Real quickly, I just want to say Ron Paul Radio is listener supported. We need your help to stay on the air and fight the mainstream media blackout. Go to ronpaulradio.com and donate via the chip-in on the right-hand side of the page. Remember, every donation of $20 or more gets a free blimp courtesy of our sponsors at ronpaulblimps.com. And just to let everybody know, we're supposed to be having an interview with Dave Kopaz later today at 3 p.m. Eastern Time on ronpaulradio.com. We should be talking about Agenda 21 and a bunch of other good stuff out there. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so some other headlines we want to jump into. If you guys haven't heard, Obama congratulates Mitt Romney, gives Mitt Romney a phone call, congratulates him on a nomination that he hasn't received yet, but somehow the media and the establishment are just going to go along with it. Let's see, President Obama, this is at Politico.com, called Mitt Romney on Wednesday to offer his congratulations to the former Massachusetts governor on securing the Republican presidential nomination after Tuesday night's GOP primary. At 11:30 a.m., the president called Romney to congratulate him on securing the Republican nomination. Obama campaign press secretary Ben LaBolt said, quote, President Obama said that he looked forward to an important and healthy debate about America's future and wished Governor Romney and his family well throughout the upcoming campaign. And an update here, White House Press Secretary Jay Carney said during his daily briefing that the conversation was very collegial and friendly. It was not particularly long, he added. Obama made the call from the West Wing. Okay, so yeah, still more people buying into the media, is buying into the perception. Keep on with the perception that Mitt Romney's the nominee. Also here, if you haven't heard out today or just yesterday, Condoleezza Rice has now come out and endorsed Mitt Romney, which that's an endorsement that we don't really care for here on the Ron Paul side. Let's see, she endorsed Mitt Romney as a Republican nominee at a fundraiser in California last night, saying that he understands the nation's special place in the world. She spoke at an event the former Massachusetts governor attended in Hillsborough, California, near where she teaches at Stanford University. Romney clinched the nomination 2 days ago after the primary in Texas. Quote, if America is going to rebuild its strength at home, rebuild its sense of who we are, it needs a leader that also understands how really exceptional the United States of America is and is not afraid to lead on the basis of that exceptionalism. Rice told about 300 donors, the only thing that people dislike more than unilateral American leadership is no American leadership at all. Rice is often mentioned as a possible vice presidential candidate for Romney because the former Bush administration official would boost his foreign policy credentials, help secure women's votes, and potentially draw black voters who have been loyal to President Barack Obama. Yeah, but the black voters that voted for Obama do not like Condoleezza Rice. They didn't like George Bush. They didn't like her for working for George Bush. So they're not necessarily going to just jump on board because she's black there. But, yeah, you guys can check this out, Bloomberg.com. And let's see what else do we got going on in the news. If you guys didn't see this, the Illinois representative explodes on the House floor. If I got time, I might go ahead and pull that up. But you guys got to see that. He just flips out. And it's about time. That's what we need. That's what we need going on in our what is it? I'm going blank now. Our Congress, our Senate. We need them to start acting out, start speaking out, flipping out a little bit about the laws and the things that are going on. Okay, as you guys hear this article out, Ron Paul is worth $5.2 million, is what they're saying here at the USA Today. Ron Paul worth up to $5.2 million. Ron Paul puts his money where his mouth is. The Federal Election Commission today released the latest financial disclosure report for the GOP presidential candidate, who has long been the most vocal advocate in Congress for the gold standard. USA Today calculates Paul is worth between roughly $2.1 million to nearly $5.2 million. Sure, he's got cash in Texas banks and some real estate, but much of his holdings are in gold or silver mining stocks. The Texas congressman has stakes in companies such as Barrick Gold Corp, Newmont Mining Corp, and Pan American Silver Corp. Paul is known for advocating less federal spending and for reducing the debt. So the gold standard, which means fixing the value of the dollar to the price of gold, makes sense to Paul and his supporters. If the gold standard applied, the amount of gold held by the United States would be the amount of money it could print. It's hard to pinpoint Paul's exact worth because the report requires assets and liabilities to be recorded in broad ranges. But, yep, he's investing in gold and silver. So, Ron Paul's money is definitely gaining value. Meanwhile, a lot of us who aren't in gold and silver, and we're in other, stocks and other things in the stock market, what's happening to them? They're losing their money. They're getting robbed by people like by these banks and people like John Corzine and Jamie Dimon. But anyways, make sure that you get some gold and silver if you can, as soon as possible. And if you guys see this article out here, this was out at the Huffington Post. Ron Paul should drop out now. Okay? Let's see here. In recent weeks, Ron Paul has emerged as the greatest threat to the Republican Party's future. If the Texas congressman and the one-time Libertarian Party presidential nominee actually wants to see President Obama defeated in November, he should bow out of the Republican nomination process quickly, accept whatever offer the Romney camp offers him for a speaking slot, and endorse the nominee, Romney. Now, actually, that should be the other way around. Romney should bow out and just endorse Ron Paul and take what he can get, because he's not going to beat Obama. Says here, his continued efforts to pursue delegates, even after saying that he wouldn't contest further primaries, makes the possibility that the GOP convention could become a party-damaging circus rather than the coronation-style infomercial that's needed to unify the party. The facts are pretty simple. Paul supporters, with the aid and comfort of his campaign organization, are doing everything they can to get more delegates, even as their candidate has stopped trying to win actual votes. One Texas friend, a Romney supporter, said that local Paul supporters stretched a routine pre-election meeting out to hours beyond its normal length in an effort to force the acceptance of a handful of Paul delegates who couldn't impact the eventual nominee, whatever happens. Paul supporters likewise have launched plans to convert delegates from other candidates to their man, and widespread Facebook posts calling delegates to exploit a Republican Party rule that allows open votes on nominee during the first ballot. This could really be a mess. Although bearing a live boy, dead girl situation, Romney will be the nominee by the time the last delegates check out at their hotels in Tampa on August 30th. A critical mass of Paul delegates can make things messy simply by challenging Romney, trying unsuccessfully to get their pet issues added to the platform, and maybe even fingering a way to drag out the first ballot beyond the allotted time. It's all for naught. Romney will be the nominee even after all of this, and only the most petty Paul follower concerns will make it onto the platform. And they shouldn't. Romney is, in any case, the only Republican who has the resources, support, network, name recognition, to mount a national campaign that could beat Obama, which is ridiculous. Resources he has, yes. He doesn't have the support. He doesn't have the network. And I'll give him the name recognition, but he needs more than that. Since Obama currently has a small overall polling lead and a commanding electoral one, Romney is going to have to run a good campaign. No, he's going to need more than that. Anyways, we'll be back after the break. I'm your host, Paco. You're listening to Occupy the Media.